Should I be transferring my primary residence to the trust? What is this primary residence? I'm talking about that property, you call it home, that property that you and your family return to when you're from your wanderings. Wanderings could be from work, from schools. Where do you go and put your heads to rest? That's where we call it the primary residence, right? Should I be putting it in a trust, or what should I be doing, Shile Boy? It's in my name. I'm hearing people saying, maybe I should put it in a trust. Maybe, what should I be doing? I mean, some people have got family homes. Guys, here's the thing. There are benefits of having primary residence in your name, right? Things like tax. When you sell primary residence, you've got certain amount that is a rebate that are below that particular amount, which is currently sitting at 2 million. You're not going to be subjected to capital gain tax, which means that if you bought a property, say for 2 rand, right, let's say for 5 rand, and you sell it for 10 rand, that 5 rand that is a profit, which is typically called capital gain, will be reduced by 2 million, as an example, right? So that is what I'm talking about. Then after that, then we apply the relevant rules so that if there's any extra after that rebate, then you'll be subject to tax on the other difference. Okay, so that is another benefit that comes with owning property in your name. One of the things that people then keep it also, it could be that we don't know if upon your death your kids are gonna need it. Some people downsize, so typically primary residents are never permanent. Yes, I know that most of us like to believe that it's going to be permanent, especially us as a young generation, we typically going to downgrade at some point when we retire. And that is typically what happens. We downgrade and then we consider smaller unit as kids grow up, becoming global citizens, because your kids and my kids probably going to be global citizens. Hence, then we're going to be forced to downsize. How many of you actually downsized or are planning to downsize? Because now kids are grown up. They want to travel the world. They want to go all over. They don't want to come and be based at that property. Then other people, then they end up downsizing. So that tax benefits can actually kicks in and help you during that time. Then let's happen that, God forbid, you pass on before you even downsize or before you even selling that product, and your kids are not interested in inheriting that property, or they choose to inherit it, and there are 3 or 4 of them, but you want to make sure that that property is actually not shared among them as 4 of them, because you will create what we call fragmented assets, and we don't want that situation. Therefore, this is where you can consider things like having a testamentary trust, moving that assets into the trust, and their benefits, there will be exemptions for transfer duty at death, which is great. And then remember, then that capital gain provision is going to help us over and above having extra that 300,000 that normally is granted upon someone passing on. So that is one of justifiable reasons on why people choose not to transfer properties, primary residence, into the trust. That's one of the reasons. I'm not saying it's applicable to everyone, because remember, everyone differs, right? Some people choose to do that and moving these primary residence into the trust, mainly because of their profession. If you're one of those high-risk profession where you can be sued tomorrow, you can be sequestrated tomorrow, you might want to distance yourself from personal wealth as much as possible, because tomorrow you might lose everything, and then you might end up even losing that very same property. But if you distance yourself, your wealth, and you moved your wealth into structures like trust, that could potentially help you in. But obviously, it's also dependent on how you used or how you manage your trust. That's why trust administration is very, very sensitive and very, very important to ensure you preserve wealth. If you don't do proper trust administration, you potentially can expose yourself to losing your wealth. Okay, so that is some of the reasons. Maybe you want to share with me, why do you want to keep your primary residence in your personal name? What is your reason? Probably you've got your reasons, and I'd love to know those reasons. Share with me on the comment sections. Let's engage, let's talk about this issue of preserving wealth. Okay, it's all about wealth preservations. Good luck.